This is my 2015 Jaguar F-type, up for sale. It is the base supercharged V6, but has every option offered for these cars. Everything's overall excellent condition. Some of those extra options include the vision pack, which is where the headlights can actually turn as you're cornering, as well as a secondary light inside of here which will illuminate the corner as you turn on your blinker or come to a stop to turn. This has the blackout pack with the upgraded 19-inch wheels, all the black accents rather than the chrome. So all the trim around the windows, all black. This has the panoramic glass roof, automatic folding mirrors. I've upgraded the turn signals to sequential LEDs. So for the key, handles open up. There's also illumination underneath the handles. This has the active exhaust, so there's a valve which will open up so you can choose between a louder or more quiet exhaust. Has the optional power liftgate. This is just a protective piece I put in here, but underneath, you can see, everything is in excellent condition. There's more storage underneath this compartment, which is actually fairly deep. And then this is where your battery lies. It's your factory tow. Everything in just excellent condition. You have a button here to shut, or you can also shut it by the remote as well. And there's also a button on the dash. This has active aero, so this will lift up at speed and then it'll retract once you slow back down. All the windows, rear, sides, and front windshield are ceramic tinted. The panoramic roof has a retractable sunshade to open or close. Some more of the upgrade options for this. Driver and passenger have 15-way adjustable with 3-position memory on both sides with the upgraded seats. No rips, no tears. Again, everything in excellent condition. All of the A-pillars, headliner, and back has all been reupholstered in black Alcantara suede. Professionally done. If I get in here, some more of those upgraded options include your active exhaust and the full climate pack. So we also have, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, there's heating elements within the windshield. So you just click the button, instantly your windshield will defrost. Upgraded stereo system, it's the Meridian sound system. Has factory subs behind each seat in the wall. Everything's electronic in here, including even the glove box, pop, all electronic. Lights, neat features, they're just touch sensitive. It's not an actual button. Rearview mirror, garage door opener on here. Some more of that Alcantara, as you can see. It looks absolutely great in person. This is the sunshade. If we turn this on, you hear it rev up. That's all factory. When it revs, every time you crank this, it will rev up and the valves are open. And then it switches to the quiet. Now my parking is on. I'll turn that off, just get some of these lights off and shut the door. See, I shut the door and everything moves into my position. The steering wheel is also heated. AC and everything works great. Brand new AC compressor, just serviced. You turn that on, your vents come up out of the dash. Very quick, very cold, excellent AC. Stereo has also been upgraded from the factory Meridian. Let me go this down some. So you press this, it now has Android Auto. Now because I'm recording my phone, it's not connecting, but when I'm not recording video, it'll automatically connect and everything works as it should. It has wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. You have your mode selector switch between your standard, which is your blue gauges like that, and if I switch it up, you see now it goes for wet conditions, slippery conditions. This is where your throttle is muted essentially, and it has more active traction control. Press it back down. This is my normal driving. Valves are closed, more quiet, excellent cruising, still plenty of power until you really get on a lot of throttle and RPMs, and then the valves will open up. You can also switch it down into dynamic mode. The gauges and everything turn red. You see that dynamic mode there. Now, the exhaust valves are open much earlier on. The throttle is much more responsive. It's actually very torquey. Probably the best sounding exhaust or V6 ever for any car, period. These cars sound absolutely amazing with this active exhaust. Got a cubby inside of here. Center console here. There is a USB 12-volt outlet. There's also a factory DVD and nav behind there. Cup holders. Standard size, fits larger cups or cans. Then you also have your, say, Red Bull size smaller cans in the center there. Everything is leather wrapped. And the leather even has kind of this scale texture on it, which is pretty neat. You have your stereo controls, your cruise control. If you press this button, say the light's on, now the entire steering wheel heats up. This is where your AC and everything comes into play. Push button ignition. There's another 12-volt here underneath this cap. Power and volume control for the stereo. Almost like a BMW, you have a trigger here. Put it in reverse. Everything works as it should. As you turn the wheel, your lines and everything will move. It's beeping because it senses the curb that's next to me. There is full parking sensors that go all the way around the car. So even if you're pulling up to a curb, you can actually get the sensors in the front, which will come on at low speed and will alert you as you're getting close to a curb, so you don't need to worry about hitting a curb. The wipers are automatic. The headlights are automatic. The high beams are automatic. This has reverse traffic monitoring as well as blind spot monitoring. And the backup camera is extremely sensitive. Even in a parking spot with cars next to you, will alert you to the side as cars are approaching out of view. Some of the upgrades that have been done. There's a heat control for this side. You click it and then you can rotate that off. And then this is the driver's side temperature control, and you can also separate if you want a different temperature for the passenger side. If you don't want the aftermarket portion of this, you can just hit home, and that's completely the untouched factory system. So the engine has been gone through entirely, all services done, all fluids changed. The transmission pan on the ZF transmission has been upgraded from plastic with a non-serviceable filter to aluminum with heat fins to maintain a cooler temperature, prolong the life of the transmission. Rear differential has been flushed, brake fluid's been flushed, brakes, pads, rotors have been replaced, tires are brand new Michelin Pilot Sport AS4s. The supercharger was removed, serviced, new oil put in. The spring coupler, which is prone to failure, which was not failed on this yet, has been upgraded to a solid coupler, so that's no longer a concern. Some other concerns on these cars: one touch auto windows. Some other concerns on these cars are the coolant pipes underneath the supercharger. Coolant pipes are plastic and they're prone to crack from the way that they're cast. These have been upgraded to aluminum pipes, so those are no longer a concern. The belt has been replaced, all belts in the front. The injectors, the coil packs, the spark plugs, the oil, everything has been replaced and new by a shop that specializes on Land Rover, Jaguar, and Lotus out of Charleston, South Carolina. There is still a warranty which will carry over to the next owner. There's a 24,000 mile or 2-year warranty, whichever benefits the customer. They're part of a nationwide group, so that the coverage is actually nationwide. They're one of 130 members in that group. So if there are any issues with those repairs or anything like that down the road, you're still covered. This car has just over 100,000 miles on it now. I daily drive this and often drive it between Charleston, South Carolina and Pascagoula, Mississippi currently for work. So the miles are going up quick and will continue to go up until it's sold. Overall, the car is absolutely perfect, with the exception of there's a little bit of oxidation starting on the top of the headlight there, which I'm going to actually buff. I can feel it. It feels like it's on the surface. So got a shop in Charleston. They do a lot of detail work. I'm going to talk with them and get them to buff and correct these headlights. So that should be fixed. Just because of all the highway miles, the lower valance here, like the paint overall, bumper and everything is good. Even the center crossbar. Just this lower lip, for whatever reason, this paint, this black here, chips fairly easily. Now some of this is dirt because I haven't washed the car yet, but a lot of this is actually little rock chips. Things like this, that's just dirt. That'll actually scratch right off of there. The other, I would say, negatives on this, very common. The Jaguar logo right here just kind of wears off from being slid in and out as the door locks or unlocks to open. Completely normal. Not really a big deal, but it's there. When I purchased the car, driving back from Florida to Charleston, I was behind a truck. The truck was kicking up some rocks. And I tried to get by them quickly, but they did put, you can see a little, where's that? There it is. A little starburst right there in the glass. So I'll try and focus. There it is. It has been epoxied. It's been over a year and it has not spread anymore. I didn't want to go through the hassle of just making an insurance claim. It's a free windshield replacement for South Carolina, but might be hard to find that windshield. I have to go through Jaguar, which isn't a big deal. I talked to them. They said I could just drop the car off, but so I'm driving back and forth for work. I don't have the time to do so. That same truck also kicked a rock in 2 other spots. Right here, which I'll get some touch-up paint and touch that up so it won't be as obvious, but it is there. And also right there, give you an idea on size. Same thing, I'll clean that up, have it touched up with some factory paint. But other than that, the car is absolutely mint. Never left me stranded. Said other than those upgrades and all the maintenance and service, the 100K service, everything's been done. I have replaced the AC compressor, so the AC is entirely been gone through, evacuated, recharged, new compressor, new belt, everything good to go. Works amazing, even this 100 and something degree weather we're in right here. Let's see, it is 103 degrees here right now in Mississippi. You can see there's obviously no overheating issues or anything like that at all. Never had an issue, never left me stranded. The alternator about 2.5 weeks ago did actually die on me, but because of the car sensors, it alerted me that the charging system wasn't working, and I still had time to get to where I needed to go, and then was able to get the alternator replaced. It is a brand new, not a remanufactured alternator. That's been already installed, and everything's working great. Try and show underneath the car. Underneath the car is also extremely clean. No scratches, no dents, nothing funny. Ugh. Let's see. Not sure how well that'll. Tires, plenty of tread. They're still fairly new. Alignment is great. There's no uneven wear, no pulls, no vibrations. Absolutely smooth. Most of my cruising on the highway is done anywhere from 75 to say 85, 89-ish miles an hour tops. Completely smooth. Can't tell that you're going that fast at all. See, just a lot of tread in there. 245, 40 19s on the front. There are also 19s in the rear, but they're a little bit wider. The rear we have 275, 35 19s. Some nice shiny new brakes and pads there. One other small thing. Interior, you can see everything looks great. One little spot, it's not a rip or anything, but right here, it's got a little bubble. And that's due to when I get in, I sit down on the seat, and then I put my elbow right here, and I kind of pick myself up to slide myself in and get my legs in. And over time, that's just created a little bubble in the leather. So, see that you can get these entirely replaced if you just wanted to not even deal with upholstery, or I can even talk to my upholsterer who did all the other work in Charleston when I go back soon, and see if they can just reapply that down before the sale. Here's more controls. Again, you can hit that button, the back will open up. And get a shot of the engine as well. Hood pop is down there. This is a clamshell style hood. So you just grab it here, gently lift up. Stick. So I have the cover off right now so you can see running, nothing strange. Everything is clean. Everything is original other than the upgrades. For example, these coolant pipes. This is one of the pipes. There's more pipes behind that are aluminum, so they're no longer the plastic. So that's no longer a concern for cracking or busting. There is a jump terminal if you need to jump start your car. Pretty interesting the way they do that. I do also have, there's a factory plastic cover that clips down over these points right here. And it's just a big plastic cover that covers all this. I just have it off so you can see everything. See there's no leaks. Nothing funny. All as it should be. I think this video's long enough. I'm gonna end it here. Might have to end up cutting it up. If you have any questions, just message me and I'll get back to you.